have a microwave in your household? What?
Start over.
Start over. Can I start now?
Yes.
Good evening, everybody. Okay, so everybody's got a microwave, yes?
Yes.
All right, and how many of you use it every day for cooking? Okay,
Yeah.
yep. Tanya said she
about
did because she doesn't have an oven, so she has to use it. So we're going to work with your microwave a little bit tonight. We're going to look at two main product lines that we have in our Tupperware line that you can use at your parties to demonstrate. But especially we're going to talk about SmartSteamer because it's brand new and it is going to be on special for the next month as well to our customers and to our hostesses. So that's going to be really important. Before we get started on all of that, I'm going to talk to you just for a minute about the microwave and how it works. First thing you need to know about a microwave is that it's a six-sided metal box. Six-sided metal box, and so that when you're cooking in it, it means that the microwaves are trapped inside because microwaves cannot penetrate metal. Now that's really important to remember when we talk about the SmartSteamer. So it's a six-sided metal box, but you sometimes look at it and you go, well, gosh, I can see through the front. That's because the front glass part has a screen. And that metal screen is what you can see through, but the holes in the screen are too small for microwaves to get out. Because microwave rays themselves are about 1.5 inches long and they're about the width of a pencil. So are your little finger. So I kind of think that's about what a microwave is. A microwave ray is. And it just bounces around and it looks for molecules of certain types of food. Anybody know what the types of food molecules that microwaves are attracted to?
Sugar.
Oils and fats.
Fat, sugar, and water, exactly. And it's kind of in that order: fat, sugar, water. And we all know that food that has a lot of fat in it tastes really, really good. And food that has a lot of sugar tastes really, really good. And food that has water, well, that tastes good too. And it's really good for you. But when the microwaves are coming to those foods, it's looking for this. And that means those are the kind of things that are going to heat fast or fastest. So if you have something in there and you've got a clump of fat on one side and you've got a more watery based thing on the other side, the side that's got the fatty stuff is going to get hot faster. And that can cause problems sometimes when you're cooking in your microwave, especially if you're cooking in products that are not intended for the microwave. So Tupperware's developed several lines of products that are designed for the microwave. And the ones that we have some that are good for reheating, and we have some that are good for cooking. The reheating products like our Crystal Wave line, our stuffables, the bases on those, the microwave cereal bowls, the luncheon plates, those are all designed for reheating. And reheating means you do about 50 to 60% power. So if you look at your microwave, it's got that little keypad that says power level. You hit power level 6, that's 60% power. Power level 5, that's 50% power. And that just means that it reduces the amount of microwave activity. And so it doesn't superheat your food. The Tupperware stack cooker is designed for actual cooking. Things that are high in fat, high in sugar, all of those can be cooked in here and it can withstand high temperatures. So we're going to make a cake because a cake got lots of fat and sugar and water. And so we're going to make a cake in the microwave and let you have a chance to sample that as well. Basically, when you're cooking in the microwave with the stack cooker, you can use each individual piece separately. And they have the complete cooking system, which is all of the pieces that you see here. Or you can do the starter set, which is the 3-quart, the cover, and the cake. And these are really good for making the cake. They're good for cooking meatloaf. They're good for making a whole chicken. Anything that you need to do in a round, or a donut shape, you would do in this as well. Also with the cover, if you have handle to handle, it makes a closed container. If you turn the handle halfway, then you have an open vent, so it lets steam out. So if you want to keep all the moisture in, keep all the heat in, you put handle to handle. If you want it to get a crispiness on top, you want to let some of the excess moisture out, then you turn it through halfway around so you have a vent there as well. So we're going to use this for our cake. Most cakes that you're cooking, you're going to use the cone width. It's going to go in the locator right in the center. That way it allows microwaves to come in from the inside and the outside so it cooks evenly. But because of the kind of cake we're going to make tonight, our famous chocolate lava cake, thanks to Donna who shared that recipe with us. It's really, really good because it has a big clump of fat right in the middle. And that's what, it works just like a cone. So it's a different density than the cake mix. So the microwaves go there first, They penetrate out to the outside, they come in from the inside, and that's why your cake cooks, but it leaves the center nice and molten, so you have that chocolate lava hot fudge coming out when you flip it over. The reason it works as a stacking unit is because when you put food in the bottom, and then food on top of that, and then food on top of that, you actually create 3 different cooking temperatures. You get high power on the top, you get medium power in the middle, you get low power in the bottom, because it shields how much microwave activity happens by the stack. So that's kind of a principle to keep in mind when you're stacking foods. The things that in here, in the stack cooker, the things you want to get the most microwave activities, dense vegetables, things that you want to have a crispiness to, or things that are in a syrup or a sauce that will shield some of the food, go in the top. Usually your main courses, your meats, things that want a more moist cooking temperature, medium heat, 350 sort of in your oven, go in the center. And then things that are very soft vegetables like peas, green beans, things like that, or things that need to just be reheated, or things that need to hydrate. So like pasta, you cannot cook pasta any quicker than on the stovetop or in the microwave, because it has to absorb the water. So that's what this does. It just lets it be a nice simmer and absorb the water in the bottom. So that's why the 3 courses will work that way. So we're not going to really work with that tonight, but we are going to use this piece to do the cake. Now we're going to also cook something in our Smart Steamer tonight. And some of you saw Dr. Oz. Who saw Dr. Oz? Okay, what did Dr. Oz say about cooking in the Smart Steamer?
It's healthy.
It's healthy. It's healthy because it steams the food. Okay, and that's the difference in the Smart Steamer and your stack cooker. Now we can steam things in our stack cooker, but at the same time it is going to get cooked by microwaves at the same time. This is actually an encapsulated metal container. The inside of this is metal. The inside of this is metal. So that means that you're not going to have any microwave activity coming into touching the food. It's only going to be steamed. You'll notice the holes in the bottom are smaller than your finger, so there's no way for microwaves to come in this way either. So what happens is the microwaves are attracted only to the water. Everything's deflected right down to the water. It superheats the water, causes it to steam much quicker than if you did it on your stovetop. And then it's going to shoot it up through it, and it's going to steam your food. You have the ability here to do 2 things at the same time. But this is kind of the reverse concept than this is. Since there's no microwave activity, the top one is for the softer foods. It's for the things that need slower, don't need to be steamed as much. That would go in your top piece. And then when you put this all together, you've encapsulated the top, you've encapsulated the base. The steam fits inside, stays inside. It steams your food. When you take it out, you're going to leave it in the container and it will continue to steam. If you're doing vegetables and you don't want them to keep cooking, then what you're going to do is you're going to take this part off, drain the water, put this back in place, and it will actually keep your food hot for 30 minutes in this container. So that way you can have stuff ahead of time done, just wait to plate and put it into the, onto your table as well. So that's a little bit about it. Now I've given you each a sheet with some information about the Smart Steamer. So let's just kind of go through that and, tell me some of the things about, we'll go around. And Felicia, tell us about the cover. Tell us what the features of the cover are that we want to know.
It has 2 tabs which allow for safe handling of the cover after steaming, and a specific and unique design shields the food from microwaves for authentic steam cooking.
Excellent. All right, now what about the column you're talking about?
Designed specifically for stack steaming and particular delicate and soft foods.
Okay, great. All right, steamer base. Tanya.
Base is perforated to allow steaming process. Specific and unique design shields the food from microwaves for authentic steam cooking. Ideal for steaming any type of food.
Excellent. And Alinda, how about the water tray?
2 water handles allow safe handling after steaming. Minimum filling line indicates the exact amount of water to pour in the water tray before steaming. 1 3/4 cups and 400 milliliters.
Excellent. All right. Now, can you use other types of liquids besides water?
No.
No. You really should not use any other types. You can put herbs, you can put some spices in there, but you really should not use anything that has any type of fat or sugar in it, because that can cause problems with your container.
What
anyways.
about if you use a fruit or something that doesn't have any other things than natural sugar, you can't use those?
No, I'm talking about steam the water, the water in the bottom. You still should not put anything in there except water. You could put if you have sort of a fat-free broth, you know, you could cut it by half and put that in there just to infuse flavor. But really and truly, you just water, or placing some fresh herbs in the water so that it infuses the flavor of that. It's pretty much all you need to worry about as well. All right, now why do you want to cook? Why do you want to steam your food? So on the back of it, it'll give you some ideas. So Holly, tell us a couple of reasons why. What's the benefits of steaming your food over micro cooking or frying it or any of those things?
Because it's healthier,
Mhm.
it's more efficient, they cook faster, and you don't need oils as you have to if you roast the vegetables.
Right.
And it's easier cleaning up.
Because you can stick the whole thing right into the microwave as well. Steaming allows cooking any type of food. It's well known for fat-free cooking. Lots of people are wanting to eat healthier these days, so it's a great way to do it. And even if you're just wanting to use, do it, save some time, you can steam some things in here, and then you can take that and you can continue to cook it. So like if you're doing Chinese cooking and you want to kind of, maybe reduce some of the oil that you might use when you would normally stir fry, you could cut your vegetables, stick it in there, steam them about halfway, and then throw them into a pan, and you can use half the amount of oil that you would normally use. So you could usually put maybe a tablespoon of like sesame oil for seasoning and toss it around, and it will infuse that flavor, but you don't have to use so much fat, and it's a quicker way to cook and a healthier way to cook as well. It's also, it's good for everybody. I mean, you can cook enough for your entire family while you're doing this. So whether you're just doing one vegetable or two vegetables, whether you're doing your main course, whether you're doing a main course and a vegetable, it's going to be fantastic for all of those things. So we're going to make a couple things tonight. We're going to give you a chance to make that warm potato salad. The warm potato salad recipe comes with the Smart Steamer. It's right in this little book here, so you have a chance to do that. We're also going to make a tilapia fish dish in here, and we're going to do that with some green beans. And we're going to make the citrus caper sauce that's actually in this book done with the chicken. And it's also really good on the fish, and it's great with the green beans. So we're going to make that sauce, and we're going to use our chop and prep for that. So you have a chance to sample that, see how it tastes. And then we're going to make the potato salad and the others with it. And we're going to make that chocolate cake over here in this one as well. All right, so we're going to give you all a job and take some time for you to get up here and go to work, and we're going to divide you up, and we'll put it all together and start cooking. All right, so Charlie, do you want to? Okay,